Declaration of Independence includes both a reference to God as the author of the laws of nature and a confident assertion that human beings are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Far from being hostile or indifferent to religion, America's founders understood the theology of the Declaration to be an essential part of the education of citizens.
To learn more and get a free pocket Constitution, visit constitutionminute.com.
This Constitution Minute was furnished by Hillsdale College.
Hey everyone, this is James Golden, also known as Bo Snerdley. You can catch me Saturday mornings from 6 until 9 on News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO.
Take advantage of Quiver River's electric co-op connections. Save on prescriptions, discounts at restaurants, hotels, shopping, and more. Register for a free Co-op Connections account. Download the app on your smartphone, and you're on your way to savings. For more on this program that gives you incredible discounts on everyday expenses, visit quiver.com. Click on Member Resources, then select Co-op Connections, or call 1-800-392-3709. A tip from Quiver River Electric Cooperative.
News Radio KYRO traffic. There's a minor delay in place at this point in towards St. Peter's along southbound Highway 79 after Salt River Road around toward I-70. Now heading in toward Wentzville, I-64, there's a brief jam of going west approaching I-70. After that, though, you're trouble-free and moving well on 61 northbound. That's a pretty good ride toward Flint Hill. And no major issues in toward Troy either. That's moving well toward Highway 47. News Radio KYRO traffic powered by AGS Auto Service, Highway 79 South, Winfield.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 5 o'clock in the heartland.
Fox News, I'm Tom Rigotti. Former President Donald Trump responds to a comment made last night by President Biden at a rally today in North Carolina. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal reports.
Former President Trump addressed the same things he often mentions: inflation, immigration, crime. But he said he wanted to respond to President Biden calling his supporters garbage.
And you can't be president if you hate the American people.
The White House says the president was referring to comments by a comedian about Puerto Rico at Trump's Sunday rally as garbage, not calling the former president's supporters garbage. Before campaigning in Raleigh, North Carolina, Kamala Harris said she strongly disagrees with criticizing anyone based on how they vote. She then told supporters they need to get out there and vote.
We have 6 days to get this done. And no one can sit on the sidelines.
The vice president also making stops in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. America's listening to Fox News.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Hey everybody, this is Sarge.
And this is the Burgundy.
You're on Newswatch Late Edition on News Radio KYRO.
Stay tuned. Coming up at 18 after, we'll be back with all of East Central Missouri's news of the day on Newswatch Late Edition.
Missouri Net News, I'm Anthony Morabith. Protect, provide, and promote are the 3 priorities of incumbent Missouri Treasurer Vivek Malik. He's running for his first full term in office. The Republican nominee says that he will continue pushing his 3 Ps.
Protecting taxpayers' money, making sure that our money is invested wisely, and we get the best rate of return on our investments, providing opportunities for growth with good job opportunities, with good education, and also to promote the promise of America.
He was appointed Missouri Treasurer by Governor Mike Parson in December of 2022. Meanwhile, his Democratic opponent Mark Osmak says that if elected, he hopes to refocus the office's priorities.
I do believe that the increased payment for sending Missouri Army National Guard soldiers to the border of Texas and Mexico, and sending Missouri Highway Patrol officers to the border of Texas and Mexico is fraud, waste, and abuse. I just came back from Mexico yesterday, Mexico, Missouri. It is the only Mexico that truly matters to Missourians.
Voters in St. Louis are still turning up in large numbers to vote early. Michael Calhoun of KMOX.
Long lines to cast votes are happening all over the metro area. The line at this library on Hampton snaked around two sides of the building on Monday. Missouri Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft shares how you can help to reduce the wait for your fellow voters.
There would be fewer lines if we had more poll workers. The number one reason that local election authorities, at least in Missouri, get rid of polling places is because they don't have enough people to work the polling place.
Ashcroft says he does appreciate that these lines are for people to vote in person as opposed to, say, putting their ballots in the mail. He says the fires which destroyed hundreds of ballots in Oregon, Washington, and Arizona would not have happened here because drop boxes are banned by state law.
The University of Missouri's College of Health Sciences is offering free vehicle assessments for older adults to improve driver safety. The event will be held on Thursday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the Columbia Mall parking lot. This is Missouri Net.
Every hour clocked, every sale made, every early morning and late night, you put in the time and effort to provide for your family.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
But when your kid gets sick, you're there for them. Right now, 1 in 3 working parents in Missouri don't get a single paid sick day. For families across the state, missing work because of a fever or cold means taking a hit on the next paycheck. But we can make real change this year. Proposition A would give every worker the chance to earn up to 7 paid sick days a year. That means all Missouri workers can afford to stay home with their loved one and focus on helping them get better. Big corporate CEOs don't have to worry about losing money to take care of their family, so why should you? Missouri workers have earned this. Vote yes on Proposition A and support paid sick days. Because every Missouri worker deserves to be there when their family needs them. Paid for by Missourians for healthy families and fair wages.
Wildfire near southern Missouri's Ava is now 75% contained. The so-called sugar fire erupted Monday night within a section of the Mark Twain National Forest in Douglas County along the Glade Top Trail. Member of Missouri's disabled community regularly face challenges getting around, especially so when it comes to voting. Jeanette Mott Oxford works with the St. Louis-based advocacy group Paraquad, telling KMOX that getting to the polls on Election Day can be a big issue.
If your ride falls through, as it does sometimes, or you can only get a one-way trip, it can make for a very hard day. However, if people plan now, they can arrange to vote by absentee ballot. Perhaps a relative can take you.
A groundbreaking ceremony has been set for a future columbarium wall at the Veterans Cemetery in western Missouri's Higginsville. The $1.7 million project is expected to contain 1,600 new compartments. This is Missouri Net.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar asks, ever wonder what it would be like to live in an alternate universe? One where everything seems to work just the opposite of the way you'd expect? Well, friends, welcome to the alternate universe of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. The taste is nothing less than outrageously delicious. And Mountain Dew Zero Sugar comes in awesomely exhilarating flavors like Original Dew Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew Spark Zero Sugar, and Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar. Try the incredible flavors of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Zero Sugar, all dew.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks giving up earlier gains and finishing lower as some investors came away from the third quarter GDP report with expectations for a further economic slowdown by the end of the year. The economy continued to grow last quarter, but at a slower clip. The gross domestic product, that's the economy's total output of goods and services, increased 2.8%, but less than economists were forecasting. The Dow down 92 points, the Nasdaq lower by 105, S&P 500 down 19. Shares of Microsoft are edging higher in extended trading after the software giant delivered an earnings and revenue beat driven by growth in its cloud computing business. Facebook parent Meta Platforms posting third quarter earnings and revenue above analyst forecasts and is projecting robust holiday ad spending that should continue to cover the cost of its massive AI investments. Its stock is wavering after hours. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
Hi, I'm Ron Kraszewski, Chairman and CEO of Stifel. Financial advisors, let's face it, if you're not growing your practice, you're losing market share. Stifel is a growing, entrepreneurial, advisor-centric firm built for successful advisors like you. There's a reason why 148 financial advisors joined Stifel last year. Come join us and find out why Stifel is the firm where success meets success. Visit www.choosestifel.com.
Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Hello there, world. It's Dodd from Morning Java. I have a business, and I would not have anyone else insure my business other than Safe Harbor Insurance in Winfield. No matter what type of insurance it is you need for your business, Dave and Holly can help you to get exactly the coverage you need for your most important investment, your business. They're right here in Winfield. They're brokers, so they have tons of companies that they can pick from to get you the best coverage for whatever you need. 636-668-6296.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Dan Byer.
Game 5 of the World Series is tonight. Dodgers and Yankees. Dodgers up 3-1. You'll see it on Fox at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. It's Jack Flaherty against Garrett Cole. Major League Baseball asked the Yankees to ban the two fans that made contact with Mookie Betts during last night's Game 4. The fans have been banned from tonight's Game 5. They have been refunded the money for their tickets as they are season ticket holders. Day off for Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. Didn't take part in the team's practice today, but he's good to go for Week 9. No practice for Packers quarterback Jordan Love. They got the Lions on Sunday. Lions quarterback Jared Goff sat out practice today because of an ankle injury. Colts head coach Shane Steichen says the switch to quarterback Joe Flacco as their starter is a permanent one for the season, replacing Anthony Richardson. As for Richardson,
they just told me that they were going to go with Joe, and that was that. And I just had to just take the information and just grow.
Did he explain why?
No, not necessarily.
Bryce Young gets another start for the Panthers in Week 9.
It's 5:10 in East Central Missouri, and you're on the Newswatch PM edition. Traffic and weather together on the 10s starts right now.
East Central Missouri's News Radio KYRO. Depend on it.
News Radio KYRO traffic. There's a backup forming at this point out of St. Peters along the northbound side of Highway 79 as you head past Salt River Road at Contusian towards St. Paul, around toward North Main Street. Otherwise, you're running much better in toward Old Monroe. Now, there is jammed up traffic in toward Lake St. Louis along the westbound side of I-64 from before 364. That's pretty heavy and slow in toward Wentzville as you head toward I-70. News Radio KYRO traffic powered by AGS Auto Service, Highway 79 South, Winfield.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 68 overnight tonight. Thursday's high will be in the mid-70s, light rain likely. Temperatures in the mid-60s forecast on Friday. Currently in Troy it's 78. In Warrenton it's 77 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Hi, BJ Walters here. Join us for the News Radio KYRO Sports Flash from the Old Monroe Lumber Company at CM79 in Old Monroe and online at omlumber.com on your home for the Chiefs, Blues, Mizzou, NASCAR, News Radio KYRO.
Mounts Plumbing and Construction, the first name in all commercial and residential repairs, as well as new construction. Mounts specializes in sewer cleaning, jetting, water heaters, hydro excavation, sewer camera and locating, mainline jetting and cleaning. There's nothing we can't do. Located in Moscow Mills at 40 Walter Court. Call us at 314-230-9001. That's 314-230-9001. We're the best plumbing company in town. Ask about our senior citizen, military, police, and first responder discounts.
The very latest ag news from the Brownfield Network, brought to you this hour by The Wrecking Crew in Troy, Winfield, and Vandalia. Call 636-462-1727.
Corn and hogs were mixed Wednesday. Soybeans finished higher and cattle closed lower. I'm John Perkins with a Brownfield Market Update. When it comes to short stature corn, it all started with Stein. For decades, they've been focused on unique hybrids that deliver top yields. Stein invented short stature corn, then they perfected it. Stein has yield. Soybeans were higher. China and unknown destinations bought U.S. soybeans ahead of the open, and bean oil was up on the strength in crude and palm oils. The trade continues to monitor the planting weather in South America. November beans were up 11 and a quarter at 976.5. January was 12 and a quarter higher at 991 and a quarter. December soybean meal was down 20 cents at 301.60. December soybean oil was up 101 points at 43.81. Corn was mixed. Watching the tail end of this year's U.S. harvest, along with planting and development conditions in Argentina and Brazil, unknown destinations purchased more than 270,000 tons of U.S. corn on Wednesday morning. December was down 2 1/4 at 411.5. March was 1.5 lower at 425.5. And wheat closed towards the middle of the day's trading range. Forecasts do have much needed rain in parts of the U.S. plains and upper Midwest, but it could miss some areas. Harvest is getting underway in Argentina and Australia. December Chicago was up 2 3/4 at 573 1/4. December Kansas City was a 1.5 higher at 575 3/4. December Minneapolis wheat was up 2.5 at 609. Live and feeder cattle were lower, with box beef down at midday, watching direct business develop. Megan Grebner has more on that in a moment. December live was down $1.52 at 186.42, and February was $1.57 lower at 187.05. November feeders were $1.10 lower at 245.50. January was down $2.05 at 241.97. And hogs were steady to higher on spread trade and the higher midday move in pork. December was up $1.55 at 84.37, and February was 32 higher at 85.70. Megan Grebner has that full look at cash livestock after this brief break.
Hi, it's Andrew Hoiberg from Calcium Products. Rapidly correct and maintain your soil pH with 98G pelletized limestone to protect your fertilizer investment. Applying 98G at 200 pounds per acre provides a 9.4 bushel increase on corn and a 3.1 bushel increase on soybeans. Ask your agronomist about applying 98G pelletized limestone this fall and learn more at calciumproducts.com.
Next on our Corn Hall of Fame tour, Pioneer brand Power Core Enlist corn.
Ooh, look at all the trophies.
Yes, Power Core Enlist wins in the field with an advanced combination of exclusive genetics, plus 3 distinct modes of action for long-lasting protection against above-ground pests and unsurpassed flexibility.
Whoa, this one says superior yield potential.
Don't touch, Billy.
Start your best year yet. Visit pioneer.com/no-pests.
There was a light to moderate direct cash cattle trade that took place Wednesday. Live deals were marked at mostly $190 in the South, steady with last week's business. Dress deals in the North were at $296 to $298, about steady to $3 lower than the previous week's weighted average basis in Nebraska. Box beef closed lower, choice on $1.17 at $319.44. Select down 64 cents at $289.32. Estimated cattle slaughter was 124,000 head, even on the weekend, up about 1,000 on the year. Cash hogs closed sharply higher. Barrows and gilts at the National Daily Direct up 276 with a weighted average of 85.80. The Iowa Minnesota was up 361 with a weighted average of 85.72. The Western Corn Belt up 297. with a weighted average of 85.81. Pork values closed higher, up 50 cents at 101.57, and estimated hog slaughter was 488,000 head, down 1,000 on the weekend, up about 6,000 on the year. I'm Megan Grebner for Brownfield.
St. Louis, get ready for one incredible night of rock with Foghat. Sonic Mojo 24. Saturday, November 23rd, the Family Arena. With special guests, Shooting Star. Head East. And Missouri. Reserve seats on sale now at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Don't miss Foghat live.
Are you ready to get in the game with the Kansas City Chiefs radio network? You can win a VIP game day experience, including tickets, parking, and a visit to the Chiefs radio booth to watch Mitch Holthus in action. All thanks to Shelter Insurance. Participating Shelter agents can register you in the drawing. So visit shelterinsurance.com/get-in-the-game to find out how you can sign up.
Contact Shelter Agent Jeff Dunn in Wentzville or Chris Hansel in Overland for your chance to get in the game.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's farm auction and acreage expert Dan Stokes.
You know, Meyer & Company's been in the business for over 40 years. We specialize in things called 1031 exchanges, so we're very versed in how to exchange farm ground for other farm ground. So it's something that we do on a daily basis, and we really enjoy doing it.
We are the #1 stop in the region for buying and selling residential, commercial, and farm real estate. We've been serving the area for more than 40 years acres, and we do it with pride.
It's still a pretty strong seller's market. Dollars per acre is still high. If you're able to connect with a good agent and you can find something off market, we do that all the time, and we're able to still get some deals out there here and there.
Dan Stokes.
You can either call my cell phone at 314-971-0654, or you can call the brokerage at 636-462-5555.
Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
Well, good Wednesday afternoon. It is October the 30th, the day before Halloween. I am Sarge Burgundy. He's in the building. He's here, but he's very, very busy at the moment.
Busy Burgundy.
So in the Gateway Fiber Studios with me for the time being, I've got superfan Tim Williams here. Thank you for coming in and joining me.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me.
Here in just a little bit. Not exactly sure when, but at some point during this hour, we're going to have some special guests popping in, and I will do those introductions when they get here. But in the meantime, before we get to the first traffic and weather update at 5:20, want to let everybody know there's a wildfire danger increasing, but there is rain on the way. The National Weather Service has issued a warning about the increased threat level for wildfires. Officials say the existing drought conditions, warm temperatures, and gusty winds is the recipe for fire. Out in the Eureka area, crews are on high alert and say starting any kind of fire runs the risk of it burning out of control. The conditions have been too dangerous for the professionals to conduct a controlled burn, which is generally scheduled this time of year. Rain is in the forecast for tomorrow night and into Thursday morning, and that is something Burgundy had to deal with up in Silex yesterday. So be very mindful. Right now is not the time to do burns of any sort. Wait until it rains for a few days. And we've got those days coming up very, very soon that is going to be happening. But right now, we're going to shoot it on over to traffic and weather update. And then when we come back, we got all kinds of stuff that we can talk about before our special guests. They get here, and it's going to be fun.
News Radio KYRO traffic. There's a backup forming at this point out of St. Peters along the northbound side of Highway 79 as you head past Salt River Road at Contusian towards St. Paul, around toward North Main Street. Otherwise, you're running much better in toward Old Monroe. Now, there is jammed up traffic in toward Lake St. Louis along the westbound side of I-64 from before 364. That's pretty heavy and slow in toward Wentzville as you head toward I-70. News Radio KYRO traffic powered by AGS Auto Service, Highway 79 South, Winfield.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 68 overnight tonight. Thursday's high will be in the mid-70s, light rain likely. Temperatures in the mid-60s forecast on Friday. Currently in Troy it's 78. In Warrenton it's 77 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Mounts Plumbing and Construction, the first name in all commercial and residential repairs, as well as new construction. Mounts specializes in sewer cleaning, jetting, water heaters, hydro excavation, sewer camera and locating, mainline jetting and cleaning. There's nothing we can't do. Located in Moscow Mills at 40 Walter Court. Call us at 314-230-9001. That's 314-230-9001. We're the best plumbing company in town. Ask about our senior citizen, military, police, and first responder discounts.
Welcome back to Newswatch Late Edition with Sarge and Burgundy. Burgundy's here, but he's extremely busy at the moment. But again, here in the Gateway Fiber Studio for the time being, I've got superfan Tim Williams here. And again, thank you for joining me today. You know, something that I reported earlier in the week was the fact that St. Louis County has already reached over that 100,000 mark for early voting. And so another story that's out today, voter turnout has seen some long lines in some metro area polls and virtually no wait at others. Regardless, the early voting period has meant a big turnout. Another popular voting method is mail-in balloting. Now, the U.S. Postal Service reported that over 98% of ballots mailed in the U.S. in the early weeks of October were delivered within about 3 days or so. But that's not a guarantee. So officials say get those ballots into the mail today or drop them off at the local election authority before 5 p.m. on Monday. So that way, they get those ballots in and can get those started counting and everything, because that's going to take a little while. And I know I saw a figure earlier today that U.S.-wide, over 52 million people have done early balloting.
Well, I was part of that 52 million. This morning, I got to the Element Church where they were voting at, that opened up at 9 o'clock. I got there at 8 o'clock, and it was already wrapped halfway around the church.
Wow.
And people were showing up, and even at 9 o'clock, there was still a line of people coming just to cast their votes. Now, good news is it actually moved really fast. I was in line, and you start chit-chatting with the people around you, and good conversation, and it really went by fast. And I was done voting, and once I got inside to actually cast the vote, I mean, they were pushing people through pretty fast. So,
well, even with that being said, this year's ballot, not just the national presidential election, but the local stuff that's been going on, both city, county, and statewide, it's a long ballot this year.
It is. It's a very long ballot.
I would suggest those that haven't gone and voted quite yet, or plan on doing it on Tuesday or whenever, between now and Tuesday anyway, is to go do some research real quick and read about the different things that are on those ballots. Like on Monday, we had the chief from Wright City, Chief McKnight, here with Proposition F for Wright City.
Correct.
So, I mean, there's different things for different areas, and if you don't know what they are, it's not fair to either side. If you're voting yes or no, go and
right. You got to do a little bit of research. I mean, they do a pretty good job describing what it is on the ballot, but it's very small print. And it's just like anything else. I think it's small print, and you don't know for sure what it's going for. So you should do your homework a little bit, especially on any of the propositions.
For sure. Something else that's going on, MoDOT needs feedback on I-64 improvements. MoDOT is looking for the community's feedback concerning those improvements, and the area in question is between Jefferson Avenue and Kings Highway. So the meeting, there's going to be a meeting about this on November the 19th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the City Foundry, and information from the meeting will be posted on the MoDOT website. And I tell you what, MoDOT's been pretty busy this year with road improvements, especially here in the Lincoln County area. And that particular spot that I'm talking about, of course, is not only Highway 79 from just north of Ellsbury all the way up to Louisiana, where the entire highway is closed off, but the turnoff onto 47 from 61, there's a bunch of construction going on right there where they're widening the lanes and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, every time I go through Troy, it's always kind of shocking to see people. They've got it coned up, and people still trying to turn left and right to get on the highways there when you can't do it. It's you can only turn right on the one side, and there's no left turns. So be mindful of that, especially as you're going through it, because I've seen people actually stop on that bridge at 47 and just sit there. And I'm like, what are you doing?
So if anyone is familiar with that Mid-Rivers Mall bridge that's over I-70 right there.
The switching lanes.
Right. From what I've heard, and Burgundy tells me this as well, that's kind of what they're doing with the whole area there for 47 and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, it seemed to work at Mid-Rivers Mall. I know that I think St. Charles Fifth Street was the first one. Then they did it at Mid-Rivers, and it seems to keep the traffic flowing. So, but it'll be interesting to see how long it takes.
I don't like that though. That actual bridge that's there. It's confusing at first. You know what I mean?
You'll get people get used to it.
Sure.
People, I mean, you still only got 2 lights on it, just letting the correct traffic go on the one side. So
I don't know if I can get used to driving on the wrong side of the road.
Just imagine you're in Europe or something.
Or Japan. Yeah, there are places that do drive on the left side, but yikes. But yeah, just be mindful that there are construction places going on, and it really is for the betterment of the area. Honestly,
right. It is. It really is.
Because something that the chief in here on Monday was talking about, there's going to be, so if you drive further on down I-70 between here and Columbia, there is a good long area where they're widening the highway to 3 lanes as well.
Right.
And that's where they're going to start doing in the right city area to Warrenton and all that area too before too much longer.
And with all the commute, I think it's
date. So you were saying you went out and you voted in the Wentzville area.
Correct.
What were some of the, real quick, we got about 40 seconds here.
Okay.
Real quick, what were some of the issues on the ballot for that area?
Amendment 3 was on there.
Sure.
The one issue was the Amendment A, or Prop A, which was the wage. So we had the wage, basically wage, gambling. We actually had the one for Lake of the Ozarks, the casino there.
Gotcha.
Was on there. I'm bad with which ones are which, so.
Okay, all right. So here in just a few seconds, we'll take our 5:30 traffic and weather update, and then when we come back, we'll just continue right on here on Newswatch Late Edition with Sarge and Burgundy. However, Burgundy's in the building, but he's extremely busy.
News Radio KYRO traffic. There's a backup forming at this point out of St. Peters along the northbound side of Highway 79 as you head past Salt River Road at Contusian towards St. Paul, around toward North Main Street. Otherwise, you're running much better in toward Old Monroe. Now, there is jammed up traffic in toward Lake St. Louis along the westbound side of I-64 from before 364. That's pretty heavy and slow in toward Wentzville as you head toward I-70. News Radio KYRO traffic powered by AGS Auto Service, Highway 79 South, Winfield.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 68 overnight tonight. Thursday's high will be in the mid-70s, light rain likely. Temperatures in the mid-60s forecast on Friday. Currently in Troy it's 77. In Wentzville it's 78 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
I'm John Saucier. President Biden responding to comments made by a comedian at Donald Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden in New York this past weekend. Here he is on a Zoom call with Voto Latino.
I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
The White House clarifying the president's comment. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre.
No, he does not view Trump supporters or anybody who supports Trump as garbage. That is not what he views.
Well, former President Donald Trump had a thought about this during a rally in Pennsylvania.
Remember Hillary? She said deplorable. And then she said irredeemable, right? But she said deplorable. That didn't work out. Garbage, I think, is worse.
Vice President Harris says she disagrees with criticism of people based on who they vote for. America's listening to Fox News.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar asks, ever wonder what it would be like to live in an alternate universe? One where everything seems to work just the opposite of the way you'd expect? Well, friends, welcome to the alternate universe of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. The taste is nothing less than outrageously delicious. And Mountain Dew Zero Sugar comes in awesomely exhilarating flavors, like Original Dew Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew Spark Zero Sugar, and Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar. Try the incredible flavors of Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Zero Sugar, all dew.
Well, welcome back to Newswatch Late Edition with Sarge and Burgundy. Burgundy's here, but he's extremely busy at the moment. But here in the Gateway Fiber Studios now, I have got a couple of awesome special guests here with me. So let me go ahead and introduce these two fine gentlemen. Number one, he's held belts all around the world. But now, with the NWA, he is a manager of champions. He is none other than Mr. Aaron Stevens. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Oh, you're welcome, and please save your applause. Save your. Oh, wait a minute. We're on film. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here.
And of course, we also have one of the very first trainees at World League Wrestling under Harley Race, a former WWE Tag Team Champion, WLW Heavyweight Champion, two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and current one half of the NWA Tag Team Champions. Of course, I'm speaking of the one and only Mr. Trevor Murdoch.
Yes, thank you. Oh, yes, it's beautiful.
Thank you
Sarge,
so
can
much.
You just follow me around and say that all day? Like, can we go to the grocery store?
Absolutely, I would love to. Announcing now.
Yes, sir.
So before we jump into a whole lot here, you guys were telling me a little bit just before we came on the air about a podcast that you guys are doing on Fox Radio and stuff, in the Fox airwaves, basically. So please tell us a little bit about that.
We are part of Tyrus and the Wise Men on Fox News Radio. Every Thursday we get together and we talk about the world events, but also we talk about pro wrestling. As everybody knows, Tyrus is a huge wrestling fan, and he loves talking old school wrestling, and he likes to talk the truth. And it's an opportunity for us to congregate with each other and give each other opinions about the business. And Aaron is also a part of this podcast as well.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, it's interesting to where it's obvious that, like, we're all pro wrestlers on there, but with the topics we cover, and it could be anything. Like, I often joke and say we're the Seinfeld of podcasts, because we're really a podcast about nothing, but we always manage to kind of dig in and, like, but between the three or four of us, right, no one really knows how many wise men there are. There's different, we have associates, but no, like, there's always something going on, and our lives are so different where, Tyrus and his just, the success he's having, truly. I mean, with the last couple of weeks he's had, you talk about a game changer.
Yeah.
And, but deserves everything.
Yep.
Just completely, is hitting home run after home run. And then, Trevor is a family man working, for NWA. Tyrus is a family man too, so they have that bond.
Mm-hmm.
And I am someone who has never been married, no kids, so I have a different, perspective of the world. And, like, we all bring this just very interesting, unique kind of perspective. Trevor, you're a Missouri guy, right?
Yeah.
You've been here, and, like, and Tyrus has been
Midwestern
all over.
values and lives have a different way of looking at things, whereas Tyrus, I believe, was in the Louisiana area down.
Well, no, he grew up, all over. If you read his book, right, like, it was Boston, L.A. Tyrus is more a product of, in the city. He grew up in the city.
Yeah.
And so there's that contrast between Tyrus and Trevor. And I grew up in a small town, ironically enough, like Trevor. So we have these commonalities, yet we are all so different. And then wrestling is, I would say, the biggest binder that really kind of holds it all together. But, like, there'll be times we'll talk about wrestling the whole show, and then there'll be times we'll talk about serious issues. And it pretty much, like, you don't have to be a wrestling fan to listen to it. You just have to be alive, because that's what we talk about, life, and
Yes.
and just how it is. And it's It's like The View, except we're not on camera.
And we're truthful. We're truthful.
And we're truthful,
We're
yes.
truthful.
Sure.
But yeah, so it's fun.
So it's a show on nothing specific, but anything and everything is fair game, basically.
With a little bit of wrestling.
There you go.
With a little bit of wrestling.
That's
Big
awesome.
wrestling fans.
It's like a
very
twist,
cool.
right? Like when you order water with a twist of lemon.
Yeah.
Like the lemon doesn't overpower the water, but you know the lemon's there. Like you know we're wrestlers, even just because it's how we talk, how we interact, and it's that kind of unique quirkiness, dare I say.
Mhm.
But there's also more of a like you're in the locker room with us, because when we're in the locker room, and here's the kind of like I guess the summation of the essence of the Wise Men, where when we're sitting in a locker room, the last thing we are talking about is wrestling.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're already in spandex and these weird boots, and like so okay, like that's enough wrestling, there. So it's always going to find its way in the conversation. But no, we're talking about the kids, home life. Tyrus and Trevor are usually giving me a hard time because of how I choose to live my life.
He gives us so much material. You make it very easy for us, but you live a very eccentric life.
I'm a little quirky.
And we love you.
I'm a little quirky.
We love you.
So this is on Thursdays?
Thursdays, it airs. I'm sorry, we tape on Thursdays, but we tend to get it airs on Tuesdays. I believe.
Okay. So anywhere that people get their podcast from, they can go and
Fox News Radio.
Fox News Radio is the best place.
Okay.
But we are on other platforms. Check us out. But yeah, it's Fox News Radio. It's so cool. Like we came in here and saw the logo. We're like, oh, hey, well,
cool. And it's called again
Tyrus and the Wise Men.
Tyrus and the Wise Men. All right, we were about 20 seconds away from our next traffic and weather update, but when we come back, we are going to talk to these two gentlemen about a special, awesome event that is going on this Saturday in Troy, Missouri at the Race Wrestling Arena. It's WLW 25, the 25th year anniversary show.
News Radio KYRO traffic. There's a backup forming at this point out of St. Peters along the northbound side of Highway 79 as you head past Salt River Road at Contusian towards St. Paul, around toward North Main Street. Otherwise, you're running much better in toward Old Monroe. Now, there is jammed up traffic in toward Lake St. Louis along the westbound side of I-64 from before 364. That's pretty heavy and slow in toward Wentzville as you head toward I-70. News Radio KYRO traffic powered by AGS Auto Service, Highway 79 South, Winfield.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 68 overnight tonight. Thursday's high will be in the mid-70s, light rain likely. Temperatures in the mid-60s forecast on Friday. Currently in Troy it's 77. In Wentzville it's 78 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer and Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
This moment of calm is brought to you by American National. Because life on the farm is stressful and insurance shouldn't be. American National. Relax. We're here. American National Property and Casualty Company and Affiliates, Springfield, Missouri.
We're going to go ahead and pipe that music down just a little bit here because we've got some special guests here in the Gateway Fiber Studio here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO, here on Newswatch Late Edition with Sergeant Burgundy. Of course, I'm speaking of the one and only manager of champions, Mr. Aaron Stevens is in the house. And of course, there's so many different accolades that you can say about this gentleman, but I think some of the biggest ones is the two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, WWE former Tag Team Champion, and the current NWA Tag Team Champion with his partner Mike Knox, the one and only Trevor Murdoch. And again, thank you both gentlemen very much for joining us this afternoon and taking some time out of your very, very busy schedule. And I know you guys have an extremely busy schedule. But this weekend at the Race Wrestling Arena, the house that Harley Race built, WLW 25, the 25th year anniversary show is going to be taking place. Get your tickets right now if you haven't. at harleyrace.com. And I would not wait until the day of the event, folks, because if you do, you could be on the outside looking in. We've had so many sellouts already this year. It's not even funny. We've even had a couple of double sellouts, if you can believe it. But there's a lot of awesome matches going on that evening. And one of those, Mr. Stevens, you are involved in, because we have got the NWA Mid-American Champion, Jeremiah Plunkett, in action with you in his corner, taking on the legacy Leland Race.
I mean, here's the thing. Leland is the legacy, but Plunkett is the champion. Jeremiah Plunkett is the NWA Mid-America Champion, and he is, in my opinion, wrestling's last true journeyman. And you know, people use that term, but they truly don't know what it means. And there's a journeyman style of pro wrestling, and I say this in the vein of George South, who, again, for better or worse, he's managed to carve out, I mean, a career that's still going today. You could make the argument, you know, the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton, because it's you learn everything from everywhere. You learn the tricks, what makes it work. And when you see guys like that still able to go at a level, I mean, we're not going to deny Ricky Morton, but with Plunkett really implementing this journeyman, and some people call it carny, but the thing is, that was, you know, born of the carnival, where you would have to take every underhanded tactic.
Mm-hmm.
And not that Plunkett is an underhanded guy. I don't associate with people.
He's got tendencies, I'll tell you that.
Who cheat. All right, people think I have this loaded glove. No, I got a right hand.
No, come on, man. Let's not pull. But
I don't associate with people that cheat. But what Jeremiah Plunkett is, he has taken that title, and the jacket he wears. When you see that jacket, that is every state that he has defended the NWA Mid-America title in. Wow. And he's only getting more and more patches. He is traveling. He's coming to Missouri. And you know what? He has yet to meet the man that can defeat him. Now, let's talk home court advantage, Leland Race. Let's also talk Leland being trained by the same person that trained Trevor Murdoch here, Harley Race. If anyone can be a threat to Plunkett, and that's why Plunkett called me. I'll say this on the air, and he said, hey, I need a little help with this. I've never managed Jeremiah Plunkett before. He's got his concerns, and you know what? Maybe I have some concerns to protect the interest of the client and maybe the National Wrestling Alliance. I don't know. Not going to talk about it. But Leland does propose the biggest threat, and I say that on paper as a professional. So this is going to be one you want to watch, because it's becoming, the Mid-America title is becoming the most really kind of talked about title on, you know, the circuit, if you will. Because it's really resurrecting what a territory title should be.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about this Mid-America Championship. Is this, for those that don't know, is this a championship that was just created not too long ago by the NWA, or does it have a heritage? Does it have a legacy behind it?
It wasn't created. It was resurrected. What Billy Corgan, owner of the National Wrestling Alliance, remembered the Mid-Atlantic title, and it was the workhorse title, like to what Aaron was saying. Guys that carried that championship, or guys that went out there, and you were legitimately concerned that they could take you in the street. They were tough guys, leaned into that Harley Race-esque style, and that's what Jeremiah brings to that. I think this was an opportunity for Billy and the NWA to highlight an individual in our company and take a championship and go out there and find the best. There's so much talent pool. There's so many wrestlers out there in the world that really don't get an opportunity to get seen. Well, now you're going to get your chance, because now the champion's coming to you. He's coming to your house. He's coming to your quote-unquote home turf territory and giving you an opportunity. And I give Jeremiah a lot of credit. He's a stud. You know, that cat's he does exemplify the word workhorse. So it's Leland's got a big challenge on his hand
for sure.
So but I
he's ready though. He's in the best shape I've seen him in.
No, that's what I was about to say. That's as a pro wrestler, you need to challenge yourself to try to get better, to take that next level. So I think this is going to be a great opportunity for Leland to step up to the next level and showcase his skills once again. But I also know that Jeremiah's coming. He's not coming to play.
Right.
So it's going to be, and honestly, the winners of this will be the fans. I know I'll be watching.
For sure.
And home court advantage, too. Like, that's the thing we got to worry about. I mean, this is the house that Harley built. This is Leland's home.
Mm-hmm.
And, when emotions run high, right, I mean, that's that does kind of add that extra oomph, if you will, right? I mean, when you're on your home turf.
I've already talked to Leland a little bit about this, and he has all intentions of bringing that championship to World League Wrestling. And so I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mr. Stevens, this isn't your first time inside the Race Wrestling Arena, however, because earlier this year at Night of Champions 5, you were here and you were in the corner of the NWA ladies champion Kinsey Page and her sister Kylie Page, pretty empowered, and you guided them to a victory over two of the most prominent WLW ladies competitors that we have.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate that, and that is a fact, and I humbly verify that fact, and just say that's
if I remember correctly, you were involved in that finish. Don't get me wrong.
It was AI. It was AI.
AI.
Anything you see is AI. It didn't happen.
They've got also that's called BS too.
No, they won.
Like there's
let the record book show.
Yeah.
Let the record book show.
When we were about 50 seconds away from taking our last traffic and weather update here on Newswatch Late Edition, and when we come back, there is a special match that Trevor, you are going to be involved in.
Yes.
And I look so far at the list of these names that are in this match that's going to happen. It's a who's who of past, of present, and of future.
Yes.
And that's what I've been saying for the last month and a half. It's really a match that where past meets present and future superstars in the world of professional wrestling.
Definitely.
So we will come right back in just a few moments and get your take on that and much, much more here on Newswatch Late Edition.
News Radio KYR road traffic. There's a backup forming at this point out of St. Peter's along the northbound side of Highway 79 as you head past Salt River Road at Contusian towards St. Paul, around toward North Main Street. Otherwise, you're running much better in toward Old Monroe. Now, there is jammed up traffic in toward Lake St. Louis along the westbound side of I-64 from before 364. That's pretty heavy and slow in toward Wentzville as you head toward I-70. News Radio KYRO traffic powered by AGS Auto Service, Highway 79 South, Winfield.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 68 overnight tonight. Thursday's high will be in the mid-70s, light rain likely. Temperatures in the mid-60s forecast on Friday. Currently in Troy it's 77. In Wentzville it's 78 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Mounts Plumbing and Construction, the first name in all commercial and residential repairs, as well as new construction. Mounts specializes in sewer cleaning, jetting, water heaters, hydro excavation, sewer camera and locating, mainline jetting and cleaning. There's nothing we can't do. Located in Moscow Mills at 40 Walter Court. Call us at 314-230-9001. That's 314-230-9001. We're the best plumbing company in town. Ask about our senior citizen, military, police, and first responder discounts.
Welcome back to Newswatch Late Edition with Sarge and Burgundy. Burgundy is extremely busy at the moment, but he is here in the building. But here in the Gateway Fiber Studios with me, I have none other than the manager of champions, Aaron Stevens from the NWA, and also from the NWA, one half of their tag team championship tag team with Mike Knox. I got to add that in there, Mr. Trevor Murdoch. Now, this Saturday at WLW 25, you are involved in a match that we were talking about just before we took our last break. It's the over-the-top battle royal. And I've been saying, like I said, I've been saying this for quite some time. It's a match where past meets present meets future. And right now I have 6 individuals that are involved in this match. I don't know if there's going to be more or not, but just to run it down real quick. Newcomer to World League Wrestling, just out of the Race Wrestling Academy. He's had a couple of matches so far. One, Jeff Wild. We've got Big Mike Maverick, also a recent graduate of the Race Wrestling Wrestling Academy, I should say. All day, Aiden Riley, and I'm going to tell you right now, be careful of this guy because he carries around that crazy lead pipe that he loves to use. He's a protege of a person that you know very well, and that is superstar Steve Fender. The Natural, Atlas Armstrong, another young man that just made his WLW debut not too long ago. Yourself is going to be in this match, and then also somebody I believe that you are quite familiar with, used to be in WLW back in the day, went by the name of the Drill Instructor. Now he is Attila Khan. Wow.
Yes, and I don't know, I got the phone call this morning. They have now made that the #1 contenders battle royal. So whoever wins this battle royal will be the next #1 contender for whoever wins on Saturday night. So the stakes have definitely stepped up. When I got the call about this match, when the officials from WLW called me and asked me if I wanted to participate in this, that was one of the things that they brought up to me, that they wanted to have a battle royal that included the past, the present, and the future of pro wrestling. And I'm super excited to be a part of it, but I also know what kind of contenders are going to be in there. And now that this has become the #1 contenders for battle royal for the world title, the stakes have actually, like, this changes the whole game right now, because whoever wins this could potentially be the next WLW heavyweight champion.
Which it's a title that you're extremely familiar with. You've had it several times in your career.
Four times.
Exactly. So I mean, it's four. And
4 times.
Each time just as big as the last
Sarge,
one.
4 times I've stood in that ring, and I have represented Harley Race as his world champion, as his top horse, as his steed, I guess you could say. And it's to be a WLW World Heavyweight Champion, you carry a lot of pride, because you know not only that you are the top in the company, but you're also representing Harley Race to the fullest. And there's a lot of pressure to that, but it's also a position I know very well. It's a position I know that I can do, and actually I'm starting to spend more time. I'm starting to come back to World League Wrestling, and I want to invest more time and be a. Actually, I want to be world champion. I want to be WLW world champion, and this is where it started. Right here, right now, on this Saturday, November 2nd, at the 25th anniversary.
Get your tickets, folks, right now, HarleyRace.com. Do not wait. If you wait until the day of, you might be, like I said before, on the outside looking in and wondering what is going on, because it's these tickets are going fast. They're extremely fast.
Yes.
So, with all of that being said, yourself, Aaron Stevens going to be in attendance with Jeremiah Plunkett, the NWA Mid-American Champion. Also, I'm excited about this one too. The NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship is going to be on the line on Saturday, November the 2nd, this Saturday, when Alex Taylor, he defends that title against Sean Logan. Your thoughts on Alex Taylor and his run as the Junior Heavyweight Champion?
In my opinion, he's this generation's cross between Ravishing Rick Rude and a Chris Benoit. That kid's, he's an eater of world, Alex Taylor is. He, again, has been able to step up to the challenge in National Wrestling Alliance and take on some of the top talent and become king of the mountain. And the one thing about NWA champions is we want to be traveling champions. We want to go out there and we want to take on the best. This is going to be one hell of a match, and pardon my French, but Alex is going to come in here, and he is going to try to make a name for himself. But again, that's what gets me excited, because these are opportunities for WLW guys who feel like they haven't had the opportunities, haven't been seen the way they wanted to step up to the plate. We are literally, this Saturday, we are living Harley Race's mantra: shut up and wrestle.
Yes, very, very much so. And with the last couple of moments here in the show, we've got about 2 minutes. Mr. Stevens, your last thoughts on this event this Saturday, WLW 25.
Well, the Battle Royal, Jeremiah Plunkett versus Leland Race. Alex Taylor defending the junior heavyweight title, and Alex Taylor, he's on a roll. You know, we all see Alex Taylor our own way. I see shades of Eddie Gilbert and Michael Hayes in him, but the thing we can't argue is his talent level. So for something that, again, you don't see every day, we got stars coming in, we got the current stars, you know, competing at the highest level. Again, Trevor Murdoch, we just said it there, gunning for the WLW world title. This is, to me, it sounds like really like a new WLW, like, or not a new one, but a refocused one, and a WLW that I believe, and I'm not at liberty to really kind of comment on this, Trevor would, that Harley Race would be proud of, because it is about maintaining and preserving the legacy of, in my opinion, the greatest world champion of all time.
And of course, that battle royal for the number one contendership, just, you know, that news just broke just now here on this radio station. That is so very awesome, because that championship will be fought that evening between Superstar Steve defending against the Grand Regent Camaro Jackson. We've got about 1 minute left.
We also are going to be having Joe Galley there that night, head of operations for the National Wrestling Alliance, and he has expressed to us that he has a direct message from Billy Corgan that there's going to be a major announcement about the NWA that evening, to the point where it's going to be an historic event. It's going to completely change the game for World League Wrestling and National Wrestling Alliance.
Very
if
cool.
Everybody wants to be a part of history, make sure you guys buy tickets and show up, because you guys are going to see something amazing.
That's right. Go to harleyrace.com. Get your tickets now. Do not wait. Again, Mr. Trevor Murdoch, I thank you so much for coming in and spending some time with us. And Aaron Stevens, the manager of champions, you know, looking to guide Jeremiah Plunkett to another victory this Saturday against the legacy Leland Race himself. Again, thank you so much, and you know, hopefully we can get you guys back on the show again sometime in the future, where we can have some more time.
Online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 6 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. Vice President Kamala Harris on the campaign trail in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.